the civil rights period, the Black Power movement period. Hopefully we don't take as long or allow as much time to pass without responding with our hearts and our full self, to signal and indicate that we are not going back. We can't.
So what do you think most people should know?
That it's time to act, that you can't put activism on someone else. I think that we all have to be actors. We all have to be vigilant and find our voice. And if you're not currently organized, you don't have to be. But I think what's important is knowing that you can't delegate your activism to other people, because only you can do the activism that's for you. And so I would encourage people to engage, become active. And voting is just the first step. You know, once a person person is elected, or once an initiative passed, there needs to be someone watching to making sure that the law is being followed. So, you know, we've done work the past decade or so and passed all these great laws, but the follow through or the accountability has been short. And so sometimes it takes the form of litigation. We have to sue somebody to get what was supposed to have been law done. And so we've done that a few times when it comes to voting or purging criminal records. We've had to do that locally. And so,
Can you give us an example of a situation or a case?
yeah, voting, there was an issue in Riverside County about the folks in jail having access to voting ballots. So if you're not convicted of a crime, at the time it was if you weren't convicted of a crime and you were in jail and hadn't been sentenced, you had a right to vote. And so that was about 75% of the people in the county jails have the right to vote. Many of them don't know that or weren't given ballot initiatives, and so we wanted to make sure that they were actually getting them. And the other one was around purging marijuana records. Marijuana records are supposed to be purged in 2 years, and that wasn't happening. And that was a mandate by law. And so we always talk about, you know, laws and crimes and breaking the laws. And again, it gets me back to the point of who we hold accountable for breaking laws and who we don't, you know, hold accountable. And so getting back to what people should know about the system is that it's movable, it changes, but only in response to the people. Everything that happened during the civil rights era, it wasn't because the courts responded to the people. So when those cases came by, you know, Martin Luther King and NAACP, SNCC and CORE, those were cases that had groundswell, right? And they had the attention of those justices. We have you know, some people will argue about the judges that we have right now, yes. But so we have to verbalize and vocalize what we want to happen outside. There's an inside game and an outside game. The inside game gets power from the outside game. We have to do both, and we need people to do that. It's not going to be lawyers. It's not going to be doctors. Ain't nobody coming to save us.
Wow, you know, it makes me think when you say it's ever changing, it makes me think like the system is a breathable, like it's alive and it's breathing and it's moving and it's changing.
Antonio, they start using your same language. When you talking about, oh, we want restorative justice, you got them talking about restorative justice. You talking about change. Oh yeah, they just pick up your lingo, co-opt it, and keep doing what they want to do to maintain the system. And you're right, it's breathable, it's alive. And so people talk about abolition. We have to talk about building. We have to talk about building something to replace what we have. And that's really what the work is. Building the systems that we want and starving those systems that are hurting us.
Yeah, you know, and when you mention, you know, people, activism, right? For one of the things people know, in my opinion, I believe not everybody people do want change, but not everybody wants to be out on the streets, you know, with the picket signs. I think you mentioned one way to help fight is by litigation, right? What other ways do you think for people who want change, but it's not in their spirit to go out on the streets? What are some other ways you think people can be activists towards something better?
Talking to people, listening to people, writing letters, op-eds, communicating
Okay.
with, and it doesn't have to be with the whole world. It's with my own immediate circle.
Are we activating right now?
I hope so.
I feel like it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.